What's up guys, it's Jen. If you guys have watched my channel, you know that the last time we played out here at Twin Creeks, we played a short tee box. We played the second tee box from the front. Today we're gonna go all the way back and play from the tips because you know we like a challenge. So welcome back to Golf with Jen. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. Well, I think this hole wouldn't have been that bad if it wasn't straight into the wind today. So I did not get any roll on that tee shot. I still have 215 yards into the green and it's downhill. So we don't want to hit this over, but we need to hit it enough because it's still into the wind. Tell me why every time I want to try playing a longer tee box though, it's always into the wind. It was a solid strike. Oh. Sorry, mosquito. Got some blood on my hands on the second hole, jeez. As I was saying, that was a solid strike, but I think I was aiming a little bit right. So I think it's going to be a good chipping practice today. Guys, I just killed another mosquito. It's a bloodbath out here. Well, this is gonna be super tough. It's straight into the wind and it's going to be at least a 210 carry to carry the hazard. Because this is a par 5, I think I might just go even layup before the hazard because there is no point hitting this second shot into the hazard, then I don't even have a chance to go for the green. But it would be great if it wasn't so strong into the wind right now. Option 1 is trying to cut it to that small part over there because as you can see there's a whole hazard running through. Option 2 is try to lay up, but I would have to lay up on this angle, so I would have to hit it past that tree to get it as close as I can because it's still going to be like 200 yards to the green. This is gonna kind of go against gravity, but I'm gonna try to hit a little bit of a draw on this downhill lie. Because even if I go across the water, it's going to be the same distance because the water kind of comes in on that side. But if I hit to the left side, it's the same amount. But if I hit to the left side, I don't have to take that water hazard into play because I can't reach it. So I have to hit a draw here because of that tree and everything kicking right. But because of my lie, that's going to be really difficult. It really would be great if we would stop being into the wind right now. So I don't know if you could understand me just now, but as you can see clear from here, where I was trying to aim just now was on this right side. So I would have had to carry the water hazard, Whereas where I had to aim on the left side, basically the tree on the left side that was overhanging comes into play, and I obviously can't miss it left either. It's a small fairway, but it's much bigger than that one. So either way, this was going to be a tough shot. I just thought that I picked the left one, which is the higher probability shot for me. It's into the wind again, but you don't really want to go over on this hole. That was not good. Okay, dang girl. I thought I had just pushed that, but I'm really aiming right again, especially with these longer clubs. I will get better at that. Now that I know, I'll keep working on it. Distance-wise, I think I chose the right club for the approach shot. Obviously, like you saw, my aiming was really bad. But we will try to see what we can do here. This is a tough green either way, so I'm gonna make sure that I try and keep this on the green and give myself a putt. I mean, it's one of those things where if I landed it past that slope, it's gonna roll all the way over. I think it probably needed like 2 more yards. Well, we hit one bad shot on this hole, which cost a bogey, but it was a long and difficult hole anyway, so we will just try to make it up later. I don't think it was a bad bogey at all, even though it's a par 5. It's almost a par would have been a really good score there. Good. You know, this was always the case on this hole, but I feel like from this longer tee box, it's actually really good driver practice because I have to really think about where I want to hit my second shot from. Like even with the previous hole on the par 5, I had to think about where I wanted my approach shot to come in, because obviously when you're playing it longer and you're not hitting the distance of like 300 yards, it brings a lot more into play, such as trees that might not come into play for people who usually tee off from this tee box. So you kind of have to strategize a little bit more. And I mean, golf in general, you have to strategize anyway. When I played from the front tee box, I had to strategize as well. But I think you kind of have to strategize differently. So it's interesting to see how the game kind of changes, and the mindset and the way you go through your course management for different tee boxes changes so easily. Unfortunately, the wind took it a little bit, but it's still pinned high. I think I still got a putt, but it's obviously a lot further than I want it to be. But I'm still putting for birdie. It's just like sometimes I think when you have this, when you know you're playing a long course, the short holes you want to attack and try to make birdie really hard. But I've told you guys this before, don't force a birdie, let a birdie come to you. How did it not fall? Okay, so this hole is insanely long. It's 473 yards. So I'm going to change my mindset a little bit. Instead of playing it as a long par 4, I'm going to play it as a short par 5. Because if you go up to a par 5 that's 473 yards, you think, oh, I can make a birdie here. Whereas if you go up to a par 4 that's 473 yards, you're thinking, how am I going to get this on the green? Maybe I should always play this hole as a short par 5. Alright, now we've got an actual par 5 and it's going to be a long one. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to find the biggest part of the fairways, stay there, try to hit 2 good shots and try to get it on the green. It's too bad that kind of touched the tree a little bit. Oh, it almost clipped the tree a little bit on its way down, but it was a really good shot. I just hit a small fairway with a driver, so I had no choice. But I think that should be fine. We should be able to get on green from there. So guys, funny story, there's no flag stick on this hole. I'm just gonna hit it on green. I don't know where to hit it. I'm just try hitting the center of the green because they're changing the cup, so I'm kind of in their way. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and hit the green. Well, I hit the green. I have no idea. I might have a 80-foot putt or I might have a 3-footer. Well, not too bad. I didn't know where the pin was and I had a 24-footer for birdie. I mean, I haven't hit a good putt and almost made it, but it broke a lot more of the hole than I thought. I guess it just shows that if you're on the green, chances are you're not going to be that far away from the flag. So hitting greens should probably be your main goal over like hitting it close to the pin, especially depending on your skill level. On certain holes, yes, but I had like 180 at least. I think that was probably about 195 to the pin. So I was not going to go for the pin anyway. You had to go for the green when you have that far into the green. Just make sure that whatever you're trying to do, it's going to get you on the green and get you a putt and get you the easiest way out of that versus, you know, trying to go for the pin, leaving yourself short in a bunker, over in some kind of rough. Greens are always good. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. All the flag sticks are down because they're in the middle of trying to make new flag pin positions basically. So we're going to try to put into play kind of what we've been talking about. Course management in terms of where you want to hit a ball. Like this par 3 is 232 yards anyway, so it's not like I can get it close to the pin, but it's I'm just gonna try and hit greens. I don't really know what to aim for. Just try to aim for the widest part and see what you can do from there, I guess. Well, that was not a great shot, but it's also a 3-wood, so I really don't know how I just made par on those 2 holes. But that was pretty fun actually, playing without a pin. Anyway, I think there's going to be a pin on this hole. And for this tee shot, I am going to basically have to hit this, what's going to look like, right through the hazard. That was a tough approach shot for me, especially because I kept aiming my 5-iron right today and I keep hitting my 5-iron right, and I've hit quite a few 5-irons. I was trying to make sure that I aimed it properly, but there's bunkers down the left side and I think I just didn't trust it and it bounced into the bunker, but we'll try to get it up and down. Well, this was a really awkward distance for me because it's right in between it technically should be my 5-iron, but because it's playing uphill, I need more club. So it's kind of right in between that distance that I don't have a club. And I tried to hit a fade, but I kind of over-faded it. Because normally what I do in this kind of shots is I fade it, I open the face, and I swing it softer. So when I fade it, it will go higher, but it will land softer, so it won't go as far. But yeah, that did not work out. It's okay. We'll still try and go get this up and down again. Oh heck yeah, I got another tap in. Look at that. Maybe I should hit in the bunkers more often. One birdie and one bogey, I will take that. That was the best shot of the day. You know what's funny is normally when I play from the further back tee boxes, the bunkers don't come into play, but on this golf course, it's almost like the bunkers are built for my distance because I'm always the same line as the bunkers, so the fairway actually becomes so narrow from this tee box. That was really bad with the pitching wedge. I tried to really pick it because the ground there was really muddy and I did it too much, so I missed it right. Again, the bunker is one line with my ball. The good news is that means on almost every single hole I have a side of the hole where I want to be, because obviously I'm trying to not get into things like the bunker and trying to get on the fairway. I'm just hoping to reach the fairway on this one. I think that's good. I think the difference between the black and the blue tee box on this hole is literally 150 yards. Because from the blacks, especially with this wind, I don't know if you can hear me right now, it's really windy, straight into the wind, I could not get into the downhill slope. So when you get into the downhill slope, you get like 100 yards of roll. the wind just picked up so much on these holes, and like I thought they were gonna be the easier holes. They ended up being the harder holes. It's pretty daunting. Like, look at that. Like, I'm on the green. I'm really short, but I'm on the green, which is there's not much space to miss out here. We need to 2-putt this to make 9 pars in a row, or I wouldn't mind a birdie. That was the most surprising back 9 because from every other tee box, it's an easier 9. I think also the wind didn't help, but wow. Anyway, that was a fun day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel.